In this video, I will show you the 4 different ways that the letter X can be pronounced in Brazilian Portuguese, and I'll also show you what an X burger means in Brazil. Olá pessoal, welcome to another video. So today we're having a closer look at the letter X. It can be pronounced 4 different ways. Let's have a look at them. The letter X can be pronounced as an S and an H together, like in the English word shop. Let's see some examples. You can repeat after me. Abacaxi, caixa, xícara, puxar. A little tip here, whenever a word starts with an X, like in the word xícara, it will always have this sound, the sh sound. Now this letter can also be pronounced as a K and an S together, like in the words fixo, sexo, tóxico, anexo. It can also be pronounced as a Z sound, exemplo, exercício, exatamente, exame. And last but not least, it can also be pronounced as an S sound, as in the words texto, extra, experiência, excelente. Another tip here, whenever you see an X followed by a C, these 2 letters will form also this sound, the S sound. So just to remind you of those 2 little tips that I gave earlier, whenever a word starts with an X, it will have the sh sound, like the word xícara, and whenever a word has an X followed by a C, like the word excelente, these 2 letters will have the S sound. Now, apart from these 2 tips, I'm not going to give you any more rules regarding the different sounds of the letter X because there are too many rules, and each of these rules have many exceptions to them. So it's really not worth trying and memorizing all these rules. What I would say though is that when you come across a word with an X in it, try and learn how it's pronounced. And for that, there are different tools that you can use. You can use the Google Translate extension for Chrome, which allows you to click on a word and then it gives you the meaning of the word and also its pronunciation. And there's also a free online dictionary called Forvo, which is a pronunciation dictionary. You type in a word, select the language, and it gives you a list of recordings of that word done by native speakers. Now let's talk about the X burger. If you've been to Brazil before, you might have come across this option on restaurant menus. Now, for us to understand what an X burger is, we need to look at how the letter X is actually called in Portuguese. The name of this letter is X, which sounds a little bit like cheese. So when Brazilians want to order a cheeseburger, they would normally pronounce it as cheeseburger. So the word cheese has been replaced by the letter X, cheeseburger. If you think Brazilian Portuguese pronunciation is difficult, it's actually not as hard as you think. I have a full training called the Ultimate Pronunciation Guide inside the FWBP Academy. I'll teach you how to master the building blocks of Brazilian Portuguese pronunciation, and it also includes fun tongue twisters and specially selected songs that you can use to practice all those tricky sounds. So if Brazilian pronunciation is something you struggle with, you need to get on my Ultimate Pronunciation Guide inside the FWBP Academy, and I'll put the link to that just below this video. If you've enjoyed this video, let me know by clicking on the like button, and if you have any questions, any comments, let me know. If you're learning Brazilian Portuguese and if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, do that while you're here by clicking on the big red button so that you don't miss any new videos that I post every single week. I've been Fernando from funwithbrazilianportuguese.com. Muito obrigado, até mais, tchau!